I spy with my little eye something beginning with R.
Army. For God's sake, Rory, Army starts with an A. He's looking for something that starts with an R. Motorbike.
I bet you all laughed at that, didn't you? But it's not much fun if you really have problems with reading and spelling.
I couldn't even read my write because it was all backwards, even though I thought that was how to write, because no one taught me how to write exactly properly. I just made it up myself.
At least one child in every 25 is dyslexic. That means that no matter how clever or intelligent they are, they're still going to have great problems learning to read, write and spell. Even telling the time or remembering the days of the week in order can be difficult. And these problems mean that the child can miss out on other things too, and not just in the classroom.
I was diagnosed dyslexic at the age of 18 after taking my GCSEs and A-levels. And all through my GCSEs and A-levels, I had to stay in and work really hard while my friends were out having a good time.
Sometimes we can hurt a dyslexic child without meaning to.
If your child has a problem with reading and writing, they may be dyslexic, but it doesn't mean they're any less intelligent.
Ben, it's you. What a prize. Go on, off you go.
Well done, Ben. There's your book token.
A book token for a child who has problems with reading. And these problems don't disappear when you leave the classroom.
The train approaching platform 8 is Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst, Bournemouth, and Hall. The 4 train platform 8, the 818 approaches Piccadilly. Hold your eyes full, consider the train platform. The service for Folkestone Central, the moment your breath straight.
More and more we depend on the written word in everyday life. In fact, I find it hard to imagine life without it, as my livelihood depends on it.
Most of my work involves photographing events and taking information, and I have problems in remembering where I've been, the dates of when I've been someplace, people's names, all that type of information which is relevant to the work I do. So now what I'm doing is just getting somebody else to write out that information.
But this doesn't have to happen. Most dyslexic children can learn to read, write and spell properly if the problem's identified early enough and they get the right kind of teaching.
More or less what it is. Say it again, let's hear it. Substitute.
Many parents and teachers don't know why children fail to learn the basic skills of reading and writing, which the rest of us take for granted. They frequently turn to the British Dyslexia Association for help. The British Dyslexia Association and its national network of local groups receives about 20,000 inquiries a year from parents, individuals, teachers and other professionals. The association responds to each one individually and offers free advice and information. For many of them, it's the first time they've ever discussed their difficulties, and often they wait for weeks or even months before they can pluck up the courage to get in contact. It's not easy to admit that you can't read, write or spell and that you don't know where to turn to for help. And it's an intense relief when finally you can talk to someone who understands.